guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing my May book haul. These are not in any particular order. I just have all these books here and I'm just going to show you guys. Some of them had a purpose, others did not, except that I wanted them. So first one being Barbarian Lover. This is the third book in the Ice Planet Barbarian series. Next up, I got Summer Reading by Jen McKinley from Half Price, I believe. I think this was a new release. Then I ended up picking up Better Than Fiction by Alexa Martin. I've heard really great things about this book. Just from Peace Love Books put this book on my radar, and when I saw it at Half Price, I had to get it. Then I got Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams. This was everywhere, and once I saw it, I had to get it. The cover is absolutely beautiful. It's this perfect pink, and I liked the premise of the book. Small town sweetheart and an emotionally unavailable bad boy. I'm hooked. I haven't read anything by Sarah Adams before. I know she's not a spicy author, but I still think that I will really enjoy this. Then I ended up getting Love in the Time of Serial Killers by Alicia Thompson. I've never read anything by her, but I picked this up specifically for October spooky season. Then Take the Lead by Alexis Daria. I actually got an ARC for this when this re-released, and I loved it so much I gave it 4.5 stars that I wanted to get the paperback. Now these next 3 books I found at Half Price, and the spines really got me. I have no idea what this trilogy is about, but they're just beautiful, beautiful copies, and I decided to pick them up. I'm talking about Thrive by Shane Rose, Reverie by Shane Rose, and Inevitable by Shane Rose. I know it has to do about 3 brothers and them finding their HEAs. Let me know if you've read this down below in the comments. I would love to know. But these are the discreet covers. I know they are available on Amazon, and then they have like the man covers. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure if the man covers are available, but I know there are man covers for this series, but I do need to get to these and hopefully I love them. Then I found Misconduct by Penelope Douglas at Half Price, and come on now, it's Penelope Douglas. I had to get it. I believe this is Single Dad and the kid's teacher is the heroine, so it's that forbidden dynamic, and I also love the red spine on this. Then I ended up finding Under Lock by Mariana Zapata, and again, when I see Mariana Zapata at Half Price, I always get them. They're super discounted, and I know her OG covers are going away, so when I see one as well, I just have to get it, and I've heard really good things about this one. Then I ended up picking up Sick Fucks by Tilly Cole. I am pretty sure I'm going to be reading this in the spooky season because it's about a serial killer or like a psychopath falls in love with his like psychologist or his like therapist. So it's very forbidden, very dark. I've heard this is very, very dark, so I am super excited to be reading this in October. Hopefully I can get to it because I have so many books on my October TBR, so definitely though this is at the top of my list. Then I ended up picking up The Kingmaker by Kennedy Ryan. I actually owned this on my Kindle because it was free at some point, but Kennedy Ryan got picked up by Bloom and they're redoing the covers, and this is the new cover for The Kingmaker, and I thought it was really pretty, so I decided to pick it up. Then I found Tempt by Melanie Harlow at Half Price. I know in my previous ebook haul, which I will link up in the cards for you guys to watch after this video, I did end up seeing that this book was free for ebook, and I ended up purchasing it as well, so now I have it in 2 formats. But I do love the men covers for Melanie Harlow. I'm not the biggest fan of her discreet covers, so I need to get to the series ASAP before these go away, or I don't know if they're going away permanently, but if they do, I need to get to the series. Then I found Steel King by Devaney Perry. I think this is the first time I've ever found Devaney Perry at my Half Price, so I picked it up. Then I ended up finding Barbarian Mind by Ruby Dixon. This is the 4th book in the Ice Planet Barbarian series. Next up, I saw this book. I saw the spine and I was like, okay, Kaleidoscope Hearts by Claire Contreras. I've heard of this book, but I've never seen this cover, and I think this is her OG cover, and I don't hate it. This is a older brother's best friend romance, and I just think the cover is really cute. It's probably really shiny, so sorry about that. He Was Never Supposed to Be Mine, and it came signed as well. Now for the series, I ended up buying the men covers of the Four Horsemen series by Laura Thalassa. I ended up getting Pestilence, War, Famine, and Death. These were going out of print, so I ended up deciding to purchase them because I just need the men covers. The only one I don't like, as you guys know, is Famine, but all the other ones I can tolerate, and I just also had to have, oh, this is not in order. It goes Pestilence, War, Famine, and then Death. And like I was saying, I just had to have Death on my shelves because he is my favorite and I just love it so much. So if I was gonna get Death, I might as well should have gotten the other ones, and I'm glad that I did because they're no longer being made, and I do think that they're really beautiful copies. Love the spines, love everything about it. I mean, War, he's hot, and then Pestilence is one of my faves with the gold and like the glowing tattoos on his body. Period. So yeah, I had to get it. Next up, you guys know how much I love this trilogy. This is the White Monarch trilogy by Jessica Hawkins. I was gonna see her at a signing, so I decided to pick this up, and I ended up picking it up in May. And this is the bind up of all of the books, the paperback edition. Look at him. He is so chef's kiss. I will probably never be reading this physically. I've read it on my ebook twice already, and both times I've given it 5 stars across the board. And I really want to get the hardcover edition because I think that one's beautiful as well. Next up, I ended up getting Mercy by Sarah Kay as well as Highest Bidder by Sarah Kay. These were the last 2 that I was missing for the men covers for the Salacious Players Club series, and I'm super excited that I finally completed my collection. Then I also ended up picking up Walking in a Witchy Wonderland by Juliet Cross. This is the novella in between, I believe, the 3rd book and the 4th book, and it is just a wonderful Christmas themed novella with, I believe, 5 different novellas in here with all of the previous couples. So I really enjoyed this. I have read this. I love it. I actually was going to buy this at a Polycon, but I must have literally blacked out because this was the only one that I didn't get at Juliet Cross's table, so I ended up ordering it online. Whenever in the future I meet Juliet Cross again, I will have her sign this because all of my other ones are signed, but I had to complete the collection, and this is a beautiful shade of blue, and it just looks amazing with the rest of the Stay a Spell series. Next up, I found Maggie Moves On by Lucy Score at my half price, and I decided to pick it up. Next up, another favorite by Jessica Hawkins. I ended up picking up the Explicitly Yours series by her. I actually did find this at half price, but I did take it with me to get it signed. I devoured this series and I just thought it was absolutely amazing. I ate this book up. I love Beau. I think he is perfect. He's perfect. Yeah, I ended up finding this at half price, and then therefore I read it because I was gonna see her at a signing, and I just fell in love with it, and I'm just so glad that I have the bind up. I can't wait to get the books individually because I do love the covers. Then I'm slowly but surely getting all of Tessa Bailey's backlist because I just love her so much. She's one of my favorite authors, and I ended up picking up Too Beautiful to Break. I ended up finding this at half price, so I had to instantly grab. This is her, I don't know what series this is, but this is the first book in that series. I tried to look in the book, but I couldn't find it, and I really love these covers. They're getting recovered. This is not a new series by her, so I ended up picking it up. Then I also did end up finding Praise by Sarah Kay. This is the publisher edition, and I'm excited to reread because these are the copies that I will be annotating. Next up, I found Stupid Prizes by Alice Duke at half price. Honestly, the thing that sold me was the cover. Like, I was sold, and I also really like that on the inside it has it as well, like just the art of the hero and the heroine, and they are just so cute together, and I really feel like I am going to really love this. It is a fake marriage of convenience romance, and I just can't wait to read it. Next up, I found the RSVP at half price by Lauren Blakely. I've been hearing a lot of good things by Lauren Blakely, especially from Jen from the Book Refuge, so when I saw it, I instantly had to pick it up. Next up, I found the first 3 books in the Lauren Asher Dirty Air series, and I decided to pick them up because they were from half price and they were super cheap. So we have Throttled, Collided, and Wrecked. I figured if I really like them, 3 books so far to own would give me enough chance to see if I even like them. And these are the alternative covers, which I personally really love. and I can't wait to get to this series and to dive into Lauren Asher's writing. Then I also did find Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score at half price, and I decided to pick it up because when I did read this, I gave it a 4.5-star rating, and if I was ever going to buy the paperback, it would be at a discounted price, so I snatched this up. Another one by Lucy Score that I picked up was By a Thread. I've heard nothing but amazing things about this one specifically. I believe this is a lot of people's favorites. It's Boss Employee, I think. Again, if I ever find Lucy Score at my half price, I pick it up. Then I ended up finding Credence by Penelope Douglas at half price, so I ended up picking it up. This is the OG cover, so more reason for me to grab it. When I first read this, I gave it 4 stars, but I do want to reread it just to see if my rating changes, and then therefore I'll know what to do with this. But once I saw it, I couldn't leave it on the shelves. I mean, it's Penelope Douglas. Then Blindside by Candy Steiner. Again, I found this at half price. Can you tell I have a half price edition? Because I do, and I'm not ashamed of that. I'm not ashamed of that. But again, I don't really like these alternative covers, but when I see Candy Steiner at half price, I have to get it. And like I was saying in my previous videos, if I do ever reread this series, I will definitely be annotating these copies, or if friends want to read this series, then I will definitely lend out these instead of my mail covers because I love those so much. So yeah, I ended up picking up Blindside, especially because that's my favorite from the series. Okay, you guys, we are almost done. Also ended up getting my Crescent City Fairy Loot box in May, and so I believe I've shown these before, I think in my mid-year book tag, which I will also link up in the cards for you guys to go and watch if you guys want to see more in depth of what these look like. I have yet to read this series, but they're just absolutely stunning additions, and I'm so glad that I ended up purchasing them. House of Earth and Blood and House of Sky and Breath, they are just absolutely beautiful. I struggle holding them up because they're huge, but I love them so much, and I did end up receiving this box in May. Now for these 2 next ones, I believe this was Mystic Box's May box. Honestly, I can't remember what month this was for Mystic Box, because when you buy that for that specific month, you don't get it in that specific month, you get it like a couple months after. So to be honest, I don't know what month this one was for, but I did receive them in May. This is the Ammo Jones box. This is Midnight Mayhem series and Peace Lies Havoc. This is the purple one. I think it's really stunning. Like, I really like them. I love the spines, the back, the sprayed edges, beautiful, and they are signed, and there was artwork, but I don't really know the artwork means or what scenes they're from because I've never read anything by Ammo Jones. But then it also came with In Fury Lies Mischief. I believe it's book 1 and book 2 in this series. I know there's multiple other ones, and this is the back. I love the orange. It's giving spooky vibes. I really want to read this for October as well. I've heard mixed reviews about this series, so let me know down below in the comments if you have read them. I would love to know what you think. Once I read them and decide if I love them or not, I will decide whether to get rid of these or keep these, but these were part of my Mystic Box subscription. Last 2 books I ended up purchasing myself. I ended up getting Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. This is the Steamy Lit Edition Dust Jacket hardcover book. I purchased this before I even read the book because I was feeling FOMO because this cover is absolutely beautiful. Like, I love it so much, and now that I've read the book, I love it even more, and I understand the scene displayed, and the spine is gorgeous, and I love the animals in the back. It is just one of my favorite books that I've purchased. So another one that I ended up purchasing from Steamy Lit was the Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. This is actually a scratch and dent copy because this was sold out by the time I wanted to get it, and then they restocked and did it for like a discounted price for the scratch and dent. But honestly, it's not that bad. Like, it's just a little wrinkled on the spine, and it's a little tore up here at the end, but I honestly don't mind. It's a hardcover edition as well, and it is signed, so definitely had to have. And it has the bookshelves in the front, and the reversible dust jacket has the bookshelves again, but then it also has has them as children. This is a Childhood Friends to Lovers, and I absolutely loved it, and I am so happy that I have this in my hands. So that was the last book that I ended up getting in the month of May. If you want to let me know that you made it to the end of this video, then go ahead and leave me some circus emojis or animals down below in the comments. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye, guys.